Huge news, the Fed dropped their rate 50 points. But seriously, what does that mean? Does it mean you should sell your home? Should I sell my home? That is a great question, and the answer is really, it depends. Let's take a deeper look at how rates have been influencing home sales in the past so we can make a better decision moving forward should we start to see some movements with interest rates, specifically the fixed rate mortgage. Brandon Faber here with REMAX of Grand Rapids, and you are going to want to subscribe to this channel if you're someone who likes to stay in the know about buying and selling tips, about buying trends, about selling trends, and all things real estate related, especially when it comes to West Michigan. So here's what we know. There is a fringe market right now in the real estate world. There are many, and maybe many of you, who have a home, you would love to sell it and move and buy something else. Just the pain isn't great enough of staying in your home, or maybe the pain isn't great enough to want to volunteer for possibly a higher payment. You're sitting on a bunch of equity, or maybe even you have your home paid off. And you want something else, maybe not for the direct future, maybe for something farther on down the road, and it would just be more convenient if you made that move while you could make the choice to make that move versus being forced in it. Take for example, if all of a sudden, surprise, you've got another little one on the way, or surprise, we wanted to leave our job and retire early, or something happened health-wise. I've seen it happen, and a lot of times if we can control that decision and make future choices now, it's much more helpful. So what do? If rates do go down, that certainly would help your situation, but should we be wishing for a large swing in interest rates again? No, absolutely not. The last 2 times we have seen that in the last 4 years, it has been devastating for different reasons. When rates were magically low during COVID for way too long, we saw such huge appreciation in home values that once rates did stabilize and then get hiked up way too fast, we saw an affordability problem we have not seen in quite some time. Not only were homes much more expensive than they used to be, now we also had other inflation pinch points like the grocery store, and also we saw property taxes take a huge leap, greatly affecting the affordability. And do you know what we didn't see during that time? We didn't see wages jump at near what everything else did. So what would be best for the situation? In my opinion, it would be a steady decline in rates once we got to that range of 5.25% to 6%. Just because this goes against everything that America is, I hope we don't have just a, well, this is what the mortgage rate is. It's going to be a fixed at X amount. That's not how we do things. So there will be fluctuations. I believe that the rate I mentioned before, 5.25% to 6%, would give us, once we do end up getting to that point, the inventory we need, and also it would have a healthy amount of buyers as well. So healthy amount of buyers and sellers. Hopefully in Grand Rapids here, we would be at about 2,000 listings, which would be about 800 more than we have now, much more options. And it would also give a chance for hopefully wages to come up and help out with that affordability complex that we have. So if and when rates drop, should you sell? Should you try to time the market and hit it when rates are at its lowest and before any of your neighbors decide to list? Maybe. Historically, it's been super hard to time this market, every other market out there. We don't have a crystal ball, of course. There's a reason why there's leading and lagging indicators. So a leading indicator would be interest rates, because that forces buyers in or out of the market, and also sellers in and out of the market if they have somewhere where they have to go. Now, obviously there's different reasons why there wouldn't be a buyer replacing a seller, but we won't get into that. So the lagging indicators would be things like showing activity, it would be homes listed, homes under contract, days on market, things like that. What I would tell you if I'm sitting across the table from you, which I kind of am right here, what you need to look at is if you could do it and is it the right move at the right time for you. Not exactly the big audacious answer, but it is super specific. It's super personal. Each and every individual and potential family unit has different things going on, different health challenges, different job situations, and different goals. So could you afford the home that you want right now? Could you afford it when property taxes go up? Are you going to be okay in your monthly budget? If rates were actually to go up, could you afford it anymore? And can your equity be used as a weapon to help you purchase the home? Do you have enough money saved? All of these things go into it, and that's why it's a little more complex than, yes, you should sell right now that rates have gone down a little bit. Marginally, at best, they've gone down. So be careful of when you see don't buy, don't sell. Your situation is a little more specific and personal than that. At the time of this recording, rates are in the low 6s, and we have had the most inventory in the Grand Rapids area than we've had since 2019. It's definitely different times than 2019 in a post-COVID world. So is the home you want the home you need out there, and is it attainable? For some of you, the answer is no. For some of you, the answer is yes. And for some of you, the answer is maybe. I just need a little more information. Please don't move for the sake of moving. I'm in the real estate sales business. I don't want you to get into a situation that doesn't work for you long term. However, there are some long-term decisions we need to make in the present that we can't just get caught up into what home prices are and what interest rates are. We need to look at our whole financial situation as it is and how it could be. No matter what camp you're in of the no, maybe, or yes, my advice would be dig your well before you're thirsty. I've never regretted when I've done that, and there might be some situations for some of you out there where you need to do that right now. Like I've said, ultimately, this subject is highly personal and requires a dedicated, skilled real estate professional on your side. So I would really appreciate it if you have something you want to talk through, to give me a shout at one of the ways to get a hold of me below. Would love to help you talk through that about not just the now, but what's your future goal. Does a move make sense now, or is it a little bit farther on down the line? So it's a free consultation. Would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next video.